Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome. It's been a minute since we've been on a live analysis. I'm excited about today to get into the charts. And also, happy Sunday to everybody, man. Hope you guys have been having a great week last week. Looking forward to another great week this week. And yeah, we're gonna look at some analysis, make sure we are ready for the week. I want everybody to understand that we got a bank holiday this week. We got the 4th of July, so we just want to be mindful of that. So the markets might be a little topsy-turvy this week, so we just want to make sure that we govern ourselves accordingly. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to hop on, and we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started right around about 3 minutes. And so, you guys, we're gonna do the analysis a little bit different than how we normally used to do it. And so we're gonna go over our top-down analysis from our higher time frame and things like that. But in an effort to allow it to go a little bit smoother, the higher time frame is already on there. We're gonna still go through it. That way we can actually get through to like our medium time frames, our lower time frames, to see if there's any possible entries or any possible things that might, point out a little quicker. Additionally, if you guys have any pairs that you'd like to see marked up today, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I'll be happy to get to them. Also, you guys, man, how you guys been? I know we've been pretty active in the chat, and I hope that some of the conversations that we've had in the chat, have helped somebody. I hope that this, like I said, I hope this channel continues to be a resource to those who engages in it, because Forex is definitely a life-changing skill. So yeah, man. Like I said, I'm looking forward to today's live, because these last few weeks have been really, really good, man. They've been giving some really, really good analysis, some pretty good trades that's been going on, and so we've released a new video and things like that. That particular video not only have helped me, I think it's helped a few people in the group as well. But that particular video is really, really helped my strike rate when it comes to trading, and we'll talk about it a little bit. But in about a few more minutes or another minute or so, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Because it's 2:05, so I want to make sure that we're mindful of everybody's time, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it, man. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. So y'all know how we do. We always start off with a word of prayer. So let's go ahead and do it. Dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this day, Lord. We want to thank you for life, health, and strength. Lord, I want to thank you for everybody that's engaged on this YouTube. I want to thank you for everybody that's engaged within the Pips Academy, everybody that's in the community chat. I want to thank you for their families. I want to thank you for them, their health, their strength, all of that. I continue to pray that this particular channel will continue to be a resource to those who encounter this particular channel. I pray that it continues to add value and that we can help, not if it's just one person, to become financially free. That's our goal. And so I pray that we remain humble. And Lord, we thank you and we praise you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, y'all, man, let's get into it. Like I said, I'm always excited to get on the chat with y'all. So let's get into it. All right, you guys. So looking at Forex Factory to kind of see what we got going on for the week or whatever. Let's see. So Sunday, of course, we usually deem that for our analysis. I don't usually mark up or anything like that. I'm gonna make this actually a little bit bigger just to make sure you guys can see it. Oh crap, that's super huge. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Okay. But yeah, so if we're looking at Monday, we can see kicking off in the London session, we got Chef CPI at 1:30 during our London session. And then we also got Euro during our London session as well. We got USD kicking it off at 9 a.m. Central Time. We got ISM Manufacturing PMI. And then at 11:30, we got AUD that's kicking off. Okay. Tuesday is a bank holiday. Let's go ahead and add all of the photos in so we can see exactly what's going on. Okay. So if we're going into Tuesday, we can see Tuesday is a bank holiday for USD. That's the 4th of July. So we won't have a lot of things going on with USD pairs. Hey, Ish, what's going on, man? What's going on? We won't have a lot of things going on with USD pairs. So just be mindful of any US pairs that you guys are trading on Tuesday. Myself, I'll probably stay away from the charts period on Tuesday. I'll probably just deem that day for family. Going into Wednesday, we can see all day we got OPEC meetings. Going into, we got FOMC on Wednesday, so that's a huge one as well. Let's go ahead and add that filter back on for a second, that we can kind of hone in on the hot topics. So like I said, on Wednesday we got FOMC. So we always know that when FOMC come out, it usually comes out with USD pairs. It usually come out around 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern Time, things like that. And we usually have some high volatility in the market. So we want to make sure that we're mindful of what pairs we are in and when that news is going to shoot off. Capping it off for that night for the Asian session, we got AUD news. Going into Thursday, that's when most of our news is going to happen, because this is the first week, the first week of the month. So we got NFP. So Thursday we got NFP starting off, and our USD news is going to start off about 7:15, 7:30, and also 9 o'clock. And then of course Friday is our official NFP, our non-farm payroll, our non-farm employment change. But we can also see Chef is going to shoot off at 2 a.m. in our London session, GBP. And then of course 7:30 is going to be CAD and USD pairs. That's going to pop it off for the NFP 9 shot. All right, for the 93 shot. But anyway, 9 o'clock, we also got CAD as well. And then we got Euro that's going to end it off with President Lagarde speaking. We know whenever he speaks, we have a little bit of volatility movement on Euro as well. Some of the things as well, whenever we have NFP, that following week, we usually have some news as well. I believe that's when CPI and all of that kind of thing kind of shoots off. Let's see, yeah, CPI usually comes out next week. So capping it off with NFP this week. Next week, we won't have a lot of volatility as well. Because like I said, CPI is going to shoot off and different things like that. We got the GDP is going to shoot off, core PPI, all types of stuff is going to happen next week. So these next 2 weeks, we got a lot of news coming, a lot of volatility. So there's a lot of opportunity to happen within the market, but we also got to be mindful and be careful of when those news events happen so we don't get caught up and get blasted. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some charts. And like I said, if you guys have any pairs you want to see marked up in the chart during today's live, go ahead and put it in the chat and I'll be happy to get to them. All right, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and start it off with EU. And so EU, as we can see on a daily time frame, is bullish. As you guys can see, we got higher high, higher low, higher high. This is a potential higher low, but it's not confirmed until this high here is broken, okay? And so we drop it down to the 4-hour time frame. One of the things that we could see, I'm gonna go ahead and make this into, let's do full screen. Okay, there we go. So one of the things that we can see, that our viewer count on there we go. One of the things that we can see within this particular pair, we had a 4-hour breakup structure here. You can see we had a higher high, higher low, higher high breakup structure, came up, retested this H4 supply, and then we actually plummeted down to take out this low here, okay? And we can see price is coming up, potentially giving us another lower high to continue the downward movement, possibly to this this daily demand here. So one of the things I'm hoping to see is for price to possibly give us a move, come down here, drop it down on the medium time frame, give us a breaker structure, retest, and then continue upward. Because currently right now, like I said, we're in bullish momentum on a daily, but right now we're in retracement phase on our 4-hour time frame. Okay, so if we drop it down to the 15-minute, let's see exactly what we can see within this particular pair. Okay, so currently right now on the 15-minute time frame, let's see, you guys. So we can see, let's mark up some of our lows and highs, that way we can hone in on where exactly structure is. Bam, right here. Okay, so one of the things we can see right off the bat, we had a 15-minute breaker structure, pretty much right here. All right, which lets us know that price wants to come up, you know, kind of tap into something possibly up here, continue to the downside, or this could be the reversal that starts the 4-hour reversal or whatever the case may be. Okay, so we can see that we have that 15-minute breaker structure, and one of the things that we want to see for EU, possibly for price to maybe continue up to this area here, tap into this 15-minute supply, okay, and also come down to this area, tap into, we have a demand level here, and we also have one at the bottom as well, down here. Okay, so a couple scenarios, and we just want to kind of sort of be patient and let price kind of play out, because like I said, we got a breaker structure on this, so the ideal thing to wait for is a retest down in this area, possibly 50% within our Fibonacci tool. So we want to see price come down to this area here. And so if we can get price to come down to this area here, show us a breaker structure retest on a 5-minute or a 1-minute, we can possibly ride it up to the upside. Okay, but we want to wait for that though. One of the things EU likes to do, excuse me, EU likes to bounce off the 50% a lot. Of course, sometimes it will go a little further, But like I said, it likes to bounce off the 50%, so we just want to be mindful of that. And so we're going to go ahead and set an alert right here when it actually hits into our golden zone. EU hits golden zone. Okay. And we're going to make sure that we put this in our Discord channel. That way everybody can get the alerts. All right. So pretty much that's what we're looking for EU. Overall, EU is bearish at the moment, but however, we had a 15-minute break of structure, which can change this trend to actually counter up and possibly go a little higher. So we want to be patient because we don't necessarily want to get stuck, you know, trying to trade this particular pair in the wrong direction. Being that we're bearish, we want to be a little bit more patient. So when it gets down to this area, we still don't necessarily want to take any buys or anything like that unless we have true confirmation. Because we are bearish, I would like to see price go a little bit higher. Actually, you know what? I'm going to actually take this off. Because we are bearish, I don't want to get any false signals to come down in this area and possibly ride price up any higher until we get possibly a break of this low here. Okay, so right now we don't want to necessarily trade against the trend. We want to trade with the trend. Okay, and right now we're currently in our golden zone. So we want to be in what I call pro swing phase. So we want to do sales. We don't necessarily want to take any buys. So I'm actually going to remove this here. So we want to look for sales because we're in downward structure, and that's what we want to look for. Okay. And so one of the things that we want to wait for, we want to see if price will continue a little bit higher, take out this this high here, and we want to see if price can potentially give us a move like so. Break a structure, retest, and then we can ride it to the downside. Because like I said, we're playing off the 4-hour structure, and we want to make sure that we're trading with the trend. So currently right now, because we're in the golden zone of our 4-hour in a descending trend. So if I put this back on here, currently right now, we're in our 4-hour golden zone up here. Okay, and because we're in our golden zone here, you know, we want to be mindful. So until price actually breaks this here, right now I'm looking for all sales. I'm looking for all sales right now. Peaker, how you doing, man? What's going on? Yeah, I'm looking for all sales. So right now, like I said, I want to let price, see if price will come up to this area here, possibly taking out, let me make that a little bigger. I'm sorry, you guys. I want to see if price can tap into this supply zone here and possibly show us some downward movement. That way we can continue to trade with the trend. Okay, so for this right here, I'm going to say EU hits 15-minute supply. That's what we want to wait for. We don't necessarily want to take any buys and trade against the trend. I hope that makes sense to you guys. All right, so that's what we're looking for EU. We're still looking for sales because we're in bearish momentum. Good deal, good deal. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and look at GU. All right, so if we're looking at GU, one of the things that we notice on GU is bullish as well on the daily time frame. We can also see we have higher high, higher low, higher high, coming down, potentially giving us a higher low, but it's not confirmed until we break this high right here. Okay, so right now we can see that price pulled back on a daily time frame, tapped into this demand zone here. Okay, but if we drop it down to our 4-hour time frame, one of the things that we can see is that we had a break of structure on this time frame here. One of the things that I'm a little not sure about though, and I kind of sort of, because it looks weird, I want to be careful with this because this might not be a break of structure. Because one of the things that I noticed is this candle here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. It just looks weird to me, and I want to be careful. We see this candle here gets lower than these candles over here, but then we also have 1, 2, 3, almost a 3 candle pullback type of situation. However, that could be the break of structure, or maybe this could be the structure here. That could be the structure. So I want to be careful with this particular pair and kind of wait for price to give us something a little bit more. I can see that price currently right now is almost up at this 4-hour supply. So one of the things I want to be mindful of, and it's also coming into this H4 premium zone, I want to see if price will actually come down and break these lows. So with GU, I'm gonna be patient because I'm not sure exactly which direction it wants to go right now. And I don't want us to actually get into a situation where we're assuming or imposing our bias on the pair and it's not what it is. So if price breaks this low here, then that'll give me a lot more confirmation as to where this particular pair is going. But right now, this area over here is a little bit confusing to me. And so I just, like I said, I don't want to jump the gun on anything and just impose our bias on the market. So I'm not sure if this is a break of structure. I'm gonna leave it right here just in case for right now. But we'll wait on this pair and wait to see exactly what it's gonna do. Okay, we'll check it out a little bit later in the week tomorrow just to see exactly where it's gonna go. Also, for those who just join us, go ahead and put your if there's any pairs you'd like to see marked up, go ahead and put them in the chat and I'll be happy to get to them. Okay. All right, you guys, let's move over to USD CAD. One of my favorite pairs that actually moves really nice on Fridays. One of the things I've noticed in the past 3 weeks with USD CAD, it usually likes to get up to the top or the bottom of a range, a higher time frame where you can actually start to trade it in a higher time frame leg and actually ride it down or ride it up. And I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. But on this particular pair, you can see that initially on the daily time frame, we were bullish. Higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we had a break of structure, okay? Retested into this area here, and it came up a little bit higher, okay? Within that retest leg. And so from there, that transitioned to a downtrend where we had lower low, lower high, lower low, okay? That's our daily structure. So right now, we're bearish from a daily perspective. And if we come over to, hold on, let's go back to the daily. So right now on the daily time frame, we just created a pretty much almost a lower low on a daily time frame. And so a couple of confirmations letting us know that price wants to turn around and go bullish on USD CAD is, for one, we got a bullish, bearish, bullish on a daily time frame. And so one of the things that we might see is we might see price come back, tap into this this area here, and then continue higher. Another thing that we can see as well is if we drop to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we had a break of structure on the 4-hour. So price is due for a pullback. So this all correlates with that daily time frame, which this is that bullish, bearish, bullish time, this bullish, bearish, bullish continuation. So we want to see that tap into that demand zone and then go higher. We have an H4 demand down in this area here. So I want to see price actually come down to this particular area. Here's our golden zone here. We want price to come down here, like I said, before it continues higher. However, if you drop it down to the 15-minute time frame, on Friday, this is some of the things that we got, you guys. So on Friday, price came up, gave us a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then it gave us a break of structure in this area right here. Okay. So as you guys can see, this was on Thursday of last week. This 15-minute break of structure happened on Thursday. So on Friday, London session, price played around and consolidated. And then what did price do on Friday? Price came up, and this is what I mean about it usually happens at the top of the range on Fridays. Price came up, tapped into our 15-minute, I'm sorry, not 5 minute, 15-minute. Tapped into our 15-minute supply and then just crashed down. Okay, and so moves like this usually happens on Fridays. So if we go back to last Friday, let's go back to last Friday and see exactly what happened. We had Friday here. Look at what happened, you guys. On Friday of last week, price came down, gave us a lower high, which kind of gave us our retracement here. If we drop down to the 15-minute time frame, because this is a Friday here, look what happened on Friday. On Friday, we had higher high. I'm gonna make this a little bit darker so you guys can see it. Okay. So on Friday, you guys, look what happened. We had higher high, higher low, higher high, break of structure, retest. Here's our break of structure right here. $15-minute break of structure. This was on a Friday. Retest into this supply here. Price decided to drop all the way down. So one of the things I've started to notice, like I said, on USD CAD on Fridays, just take a look on this upcoming Friday. I know it's going to be a lot of fireworks because of NFP. However, price usually, for the past 3 weeks that I've noticed, price rests at the top or the bottom of a range on USD CAD, almost giving an opportunity to catch price at the top or the bottom of the range to ride it either down or up. So let's be mindful of that. When Friday comes, we might see price, we might see some supply or demand zone that haven't been mitigated yet. And then NFP might shoot all the way up, tap into that supply or that demand, and then continue in its intended direction. So let's be mindful of that we possibly can catch some really, really good pips on Friday, depending on how structure looks. So I'm going to make sure that I'm looking at structure on Thursday and let you guys know if I see any potential opportunities like that. Okay. All right. So, but like I said, right now on USD CAD, you know, we're in a retracement phase on a 15-minute time frame. So we have a supply sitting right here. Okay. So one of the things we want to see if we can wait for, because right now we're in downward momentum and we're at the top of the range still. And so one of the things that we can see, or what we want to hope to see, is for price to come up here, tap into this supply, small time frame, break of structure, retest, and then continue to the downside. That's what we want to see in hopes for price to happen with USD CAD. Because like I said, right now we're in retracement phase, so we can literally really catch some really, really good pips because we're at the top of the range. And if price comes up here, because this is the actual high, let's look at risk to reward. If we took an entry, so over this is right around 26 pips or so. But if you wanted to, you know, because I would cover this liquidity here, I would cover that. And so let's just say if you end up catching this here, you know, possibly riding it down to either this area here, which is a 1 to 2, or riding it all the way down to this demand zone here, which is almost a 1 to 4 risk reward. But let's just be mindful, like I said, of what price is going to be doing this week, and be mindful that we also got 4th of July. Okay. But that's what I have on USD CAD. I'm going to go ahead and set an alert right here for the group. USD CAD hits 15-minute supply, POI, I'll say POI, which will let us know to look at it, because like I said, I'm looking for sales right now for USD CAD, and we possibly got some good opportunities that we can capitalize on this week. Okay. All right, let's move on to gold. No, let's go to AU first. Let's go to AU. We'll save gold for last. Additionally, like I said, for those who logged on a little late, if you have any pairs you want to see marked up, go ahead and put them in the chat and we'll make sure that we get to them. Okay. All right, you guys. So looking at AU, hold on one second. I don't think that's the right one. Wait a minute. Yes, it is. It is. Okay. All right. I can remove all of this stuff here. All right. So right now on AU, we got a break of structure on our daily time frame. Okay. Because one of the things that we can see, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, break of structure right in this area here. Okay. So we want to keep it, we want to keep it simple. Utilize our same principles. Look at higher time frame structure to see where we are in the market at all times and kind of see exactly what price is trying to achieve. So right now we're on the retracement phase on our daily time frame in hopes that price will come down to this daily time frame. Okay, this daily supply. If we utilize our Fibonacci tool, we can see that price right now on a daily is well within our 50%. So price can retrace at any given moment, being that it's in our golden zone. But like I said, I want to see price come down to this daily. If we drop it down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we're in bearish momentum right now. Lower low, lower high, lower low. And so price right now is creeping up on this 4-hour supply, but price is also within our golden zone, our 4-hour golden zone. So we're within our retracement area for price to continue to the downside. Okay, so right now on AU this week, we want to look for sales. And unless price break this H4 high, we're looking for all sales. Okay, so if we go over to the 15-minute time frame, let's see what we can see. So right now on the 15-minute time frame, one of the things we can see, we got higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay, so this 15-minute time frame, price might come back into this area, 50% of this 15-minute, and then maybe come up to crash into the supply. That's the ideal scenario we would like to see. Okay, so right now let's go ahead and look and see what we have that we can capitalize on. Possibly. One of the things that I want to be mindful of though, that price already tapped into our golden zone. And because of that, we don't want to take any buys. Like I said, we're looking for sales right now. Okay. So one of the things that we possibly can capitalize off of is we have a demand zone here. That price can come down, tap into, and continue to the upside. All right. We also have a demand zone here. That price can come down, tap into, and continue to the upside. One of the things I would like to see though, I would like to see price just continue higher, which will allow this to be our 15-minute break of structure area here. If price can go higher, it would deem this as our 15-minute break of structure. Okay, and we won't have to wait for price to get down there. Then if price break this area, retest, then we can just ride the trend on down. Okay, so right now I'm not looking for any buys on AU, being that it already tapped into the 4-hour golden zone. And so I'm going to set an alert here for price to tap into that 4-hour supply. AU hits H4 POI. Okay. Make sure this is in our Discord channel for everyone to get. All right, so we have that alert there. Everybody will get that alert, and yeah, we golden. And so, like I said, we want to make sure that we're following the trends and we're trading according to the trends. You know, right now, because it hit this golden zone, we don't want to do any counter trend trading right now, because it can, you know, we can definitely possibly get blasted trying to take buys up higher, being that our higher time frame analysis is in a downtrend. Okay. All right, you guys, let's check out gold. Let's check out the golden girl. All right. So on a daily time frame, we are bearish. We are bearish on the daily. Okay. So we can see we got lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay. And let's see if price actually tapped into anything. One of the things I can see is that price, if we look to the left on gold, price tapped into this bullish, bearish, bullish order block over here. Okay. Price tapped into that, which created this reaction here for price to kind of shoot up a little bit. Okay. Being that this is a lower low here on gold, price can possibly come all the way back up here from a daily perspective, or even transition and go a little higher if possible. Daily premium. Okay, so price can possibly come all the way up in this area. Okay, this inclines me to look at the weekly for a second. Okay, so right now we can see on the weekly we're bullish on the weekly. As you guys can see on the weekly, we higher high, higher low, higher high. And so right now price is coming down, which can possibly transition. It can possibly come down here and tap into this weekly demand, but we'll see exactly what price is going to do. Okay, because daily and 4 hour are bearish, so it can possibly go all the way down there. All right, so now let's look at our 4 hour analysis. So now on our 4 hour, we can see we're in bearish structure, and right now we're within our golden zone on our 4 hour, and we just tapped into our 4 hour supply. Okay, so right now we're looking for all sales. We're not looking for no buys on gold, period. All right, now let's drop to our 15-minute time frame and see exactly what price is doing. Okay, so being that price already tapped into this supply, one of the things that we can see is we see that price came up, gave us, I'm not sure about this one. 1, 2, yeah, I'm not sure about this one. So I'm going to deem this here as our higher high. This possibly is our higher low, but I want to see price break this high first. That's what I want to see. I want to see price break this high and then possibly deem this right here as our 15-minute structure to break, to continue our descent to the downside. Okay, so that's one of the things I want to see. I want to see price break this area, go a little higher, and then we possibly get that break of structure on a lower time frame. Okay, so one of the things I'll do, I'll put an alert here for price to break the high. Gold breaks 15-minute higher high. Okay, all right, gold breaks 15-minute higher high. And also I'll put an alert down here to say, no, I'm not gonna put an alert right there. No, I'm not gonna put an alert right there, because I want to see price go higher. Right now, price is kind of resting in no man's land right now. So, yeah, I'm not gonna put an alert right there. I'm gonna just wait and see exactly what price is gonna do before we do anything here. So yeah, I want to see price break this high here, so we can possibly get that lower, we can get that breaker structure and then continue our descent to the downside. But there's a lot of opportunity, you guys, for gold, for us to ride price down with gold. Being that we're almost at the top of this structure, this 4-hour structure. Like I said, there can be a lot of opportunity for us to ride price down. However, though, we want to be careful, because like I said, in this area here is our daily golden zone. So price can possibly come all the way up into this area before it continues down. So we want to be careful. We want to make sure that we wait for the 15-minute break of structure first before we pretty much do anything, because that 15-minute break of structure is our medium time frame, which will pretty much give us a confirmation as to where price is trying to go. Okay, so we want to be mindful of that, not jump the gun or anything like that, but let's be patient, okay, because patience equals profits. All right. Hey Francisco, yeah, I'll go ahead and look at I'll go back to EU, no problem. But if anybody have any questions on the pairs that we just went over, GOLD, GU, USD CAD, any of those, please put them in the chat. Also, like I said, if there's any other pairs you guys want to see, put them in the chat and we'll be happy to get to them. But Francisco, we're gonna go ahead and go back over EU for you right quick. All right, so check this out. So on EU, our analysis for EU, we were originally bullish. We are bullish on a daily time frame, okay, on EU. And so if we drop to our 4-hour, we can see our 4-hour time frame. We're bearish. We transition to bearish because, as you can see, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, break of structure right in this area here. Okay, price came back, retested into the supply zone, and then price came down to take out this last low right here. So we're in bearish structure right now. And so right now, price is retracing on the 4-hour. We're in our golden zone, okay? And so we have a 15-minute supply that price is creeping up on right here. So I would like to see price get a little bit higher and tap into this supply, and then possibly continue our descent to the downside. I see that we do have a break of structure in this area right here, but like I said, because we're in 4-hour down structure, I don't want to take any buys. I only want to look for sales. Okay, that's all I'm looking for is sales, because right now, until price breaks this high here, I won't be looking for buys at all. So I want to see price tap into this, give us a break in structure, retest on a 15-minute, and then we ride price down, possibly to this demand zone here. Because overall, the big picture of a daily, we're bullish. But like I said, 4-hour, that's the higher time frame that we're actually trading against. So we're bearish. So right now we're just looking for sales. Okay. Francisco, I hope that helps, man. So price, it can possibly come up, maybe crash a little bit through this as well, because we still do have another supply up here that hasn't been mitigated yet. It's just sitting up here, and we also have another one here as well, which lets me know price can possibly go a little bit higher. We have one there, oops, and then we also have one here. So we just want to be mindful. We have these two supply zones right here that have yet to be mitigated. Okay, all three of these. So price can come up to any one of these, tap into them, maybe crash down to the downside. Okay, So I got an alert right here set on this first one for when price get up in this area here. We can kind of watch price and see what it's gonna do. Okay, I hope that helps. So you guys, are there any other questions, or do you guys have any other pairs that you want to look at? Because we still have about 15 minutes, but if there are no other pairs, you know, we can go ahead and shut it down. But like I said, this is NFP week. We have a lot of opportunity this particular week. Additionally, you guys, like I said at the beginning of the video, for those who wasn't on, we just dropped a new video called the cheat code. And you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, it has immensely helped my strike rate and helped me actually see with really good clarity within the market, which is why you guys notice a lot of times, even though we have this break of structure right here, I'm not looking for buys. That's why I say it right now, I'm looking for only sales right now. So once we get those sales, you know, once we get a signal to do sales, I'm only trading, you know, because we've entered into the golden zone. This is risk. This is high risk area for us to take any buys, because we don't know what price want to do. We want to wait for confirmation on our medium time frame, which is 15 minute, and then we trade with the higher time frame trend. That's our pro swing phase. But you guys will see, you know, for those who haven't seen that particular video, it'll let you guys know exactly what to do in the market at what time in the market. And so like I said, it's a really good video. It helped my strike rate and my consistency. It really helped my consistency. But these are the analysis that we have for this week, you guys. I'm looking for a really good week. That has been my worry. The daily and the H4. Yeah, so with that, Francisco, so when you're looking at that, the daily is just going to give you an idea of where price is and what it's trying to do. You know, so we kind of look at the daily just to see where we are within the market. And we understand that right now our daily is bullish. So we can have that in the back of our mind and things like that. But the 4-hour time frame, that's what we really trade off of. You know, I kind of look at the daily just so I can have an idea of where price is in the market. So like, for example, I'll give you a good example. Let's just say we're on the 4-hour right here. And we know that, you know, the 4-hour is bullish. Okay. But let's just say we were in the market and we didn't know that this was the higher time frame for the daily. Let's say that we were in the market and we saw price come way up here, you know, and we're anticipating that this is some sort of resistance that we want to take a sell. But knowing that this is a higher high, this is a weak high. Price inevitably is expected to break this. It's expected to break that because that's a higher high. We're not up structure. So if we didn't know that, then let's just say somebody came up here and took a sale and price decided to just crash on through. Now they done got burned on this sale. So we pretty much look at the higher time frame just to get a bias of where we are within the market. But the 4-hour, that's what we actually rest to do our trading. So right now on the 4-hour, I'm following 4-hour structure all day, every day. I'm following the 4-hour structure. So right now, what we do is we follow the 4-hour structure. When price comes up, because right now we're bearish on the 4-hour. So right now, within our Fibonacci tool, we're well within our 50% area right here. So price at any given moment, can retrace. You know, because since we're bearish, I'm looking for this to get taken out. You know, because when you're bearish, price comes up, comes down, it takes out this low. So right now I'm looking for price to come up, come down, take out this low, which is right here. But what we want to do, we want to wait for confirmation on a 15-minute time frame. I'm gonna actually remove that. So what we want to wait for on the 15-minute, we want to wait for price possibly come up, give us a high, break of structure, you know, because if we're looking at the 15-minute, if this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, okay? So if we can get that, this will be our break of structure point here on the 15-minute. And then what we want to see is for price to retest 50% within this leg of structure here. So if we took our Fibonacci, took it from the high and this low, we want to have price come up here and then we ride price down. Okay, so for us, most of the time we look at the 4 hour for a higher time frame analysis. The daily, I just kind of look at that just to see exactly where we are in the market on the daily, but the 4 hour is what we really base our analysis on. Okay, the 4 hour. So we look at 4 hour structure and we trade the 4 hour structure. We pretty much play within the legs of the 4 hour structure. That's pretty much what we do. Okay, I hope that helps. And so right now on the 4 hour, well, the 15-minute, we're just looking for price to come up and tap into any one of these supply zones, give that break of structure, and then we ride price down. And depending on your psychology, let's just say a price came all the way up to this area here and decide to give you a break of structure on the 15-minute. Depending on your psychology, you can ride price all the way down here. You know, depending on if you can do that. That's a 1 to 12 risk reward. Now for me, my psychology just ain't there yet with that. Now something I might do, like if I take an entry and I hit like my first TP, I might take 75% off the table and let the rest run and do something like that, you know. But for me, I'm not gonna leave my entire position on the table like that. But if it gets up here and give us a break of structure, retest on a 15, oh man, that's like a heaven, that's a heaven sent entry and confirmation for us to ride that thing down. That's just giving pips away almost. So that's pretty much what we want to see and how we kind of trade with the trend on that particular situation. I hope that helps. So right now we're in the golden zone of our 4 hour, and I'm looking for sales. I want to see price break structure, give me confirmation to the downside, and I'm going to be in the chat a lot this week, letting you guys know, hey, we got a break of structure on the 15 on this pair, we got a break of structure on the 15 on that pair, things like that, so we can be mindful of the things. And like I said, I put alerts and everything in the chat in our Discord channel. So for those who are in our Discord channel, all of our chat and alerts are gonna come here in the trading view alerts. So we'll get all of our alerts in this channel here, okay? All right, you guys, if we don't have any more other questions, then you know what? Let's hope the lodge. Oh, anytime, Francisco, anytime. Hey man, we're gonna really start making sure that we do these on a weekly basis. These last few weeks, you know, it's been family activities, it's been all type of things, you know, being that it's summertime, kids are out doing stuff, family vacations, all of that kind of thing. So right now, we don't have any of that planned. So right now, my plan is to do these every week going forward. When we get to the end of July though, the weekend of July 30th, that weekend, I will be out of town, so I won't do an analysis that day. But these next few weeks, we definitely will have weekly analysis. Like I said, I'm gonna be in the chat more and more. So like I said, I appreciate you guys joining and rocking with us. And our goal is always to, you know, possibly add some sort of value where Forex can help you guys become financially free. But like I said, for me, it's definitely been a life changer for me. And so I just want everybody else to kind of experience that as well. All right, you guys. Hey, thank you for rocking with me. I'll see y'all in the chat this week. Happy 4th of July, and I'll see you guys in the chat. We out.